difficult to be able to, listen to 8 to 10 guys in a group, right? We do it in PPDTs, all right. But yeah, having, seeing a group all through so many tasks, this is something which really requires a lot of observation, keen observation.
So at every stage, you get to learn how to look and from which point of view to look at the candidate. So there are many things which we register normally, but it has to be more tuned towards the officer-like qualities, the holistic personality of the person in terms of your abstract level of thinking, your practical application of your knowledge, and both combined together finally should fit in. Now, finally, also, there is this little part of your own experience of being with other officers which applies. And though a candidate may be meeting all the criteria, there is still that final question that you have to ask yourself, that will you yourself be able to get along with this person? If that question is finally answered, it is then that the candidate gets through. And all this teaching which we have to do is all in written form. So the GTO does a lot of written recording. That means by hands.
Absolutely.
And every sign and symbol is supposed to speak out and actually display the candidate's behavior. And you have to assess 10 on the maximum, minimum 6. And now when I look back, one of the most difficult tasks I used to be really afraid of was when you're sitting with 10 candidates in the group discussion and all of them start talking.
Difference when we see from written to the actual thing on ground. When you say, like, I still find it difficult to be able to, listen to 8 to 10 guys in a group, right? We do it in PPDTs, all right. But yeah, having, seeing a group all through so many tasks, this is something which really requires a lot of observation, keen observation.
So a GTO, one may find that many of those who are repeaters and all, they would vouch as they would be listening to this program, is that the GTO is sitting and he has those dark glasses and he seems to be writing something. But let me tell you, friends, the GTO is also been recording how many times you've scratched your head, how many times you looked down, looked out, how many times you actually did participate. What did you speak to contribute towards the task? Or what did you do to contribute towards the task? And how was your behavior with others? So, simultaneously, there are so many, it's like, like something like in the 3D world, X, Y, and Z axis. So they're like X, Y, Z, and maybe one more input coming to the GTO simultaneously about each candidate. Then it is who spoke first, who spoke later, what did he speak, who was the last one to speak, and all such kind of things. So to train a GTO for this, it requires a lot of hard work. And I would say a person who gets trained is different, but then there are people who teach you and they have this tremendous amount of patience to teach you the trade of the GTO. And so I was very lucky to have one of the most gentlemanly, perfect examples of officers who were there as my GTOs, that they really did change my life. And I was actually senior in service to them, and they handled me quite well. And we developed a bond. And so we have a little, which you guys may not be knowing, those who are the people who would be students who are listening to this, our conversation today, is that we have our own little group of people who are trained together, who have been trained by one guru. So I also have my gurus who have trained me as a GTO. I shall be always grateful to them. And today I have also trained some people and they also remember me. So it's a tradition which carries, which we don't break, because finally you're contributing towards the nation in every possible way. You're giving an officer to the nation, and that man is going to be responsible for the firepower and also the men, the team, their lives, their families, and the tradition carries on. So it means a lot. It is not a set of questions which you're going to answer there. So therefore, remember, friends, it is not just a exam. It's not an exam. It is the kind of person you are at that point of time when you go to the SSB. That's how you're going to be assessed.